podium number 40 in Superbike speed.
Mikey, they say that the longer you have to wait for something, you more appreciate it. Certainly a long wait today, but it seems you're over the moon with that podium.
Yeah, really happy with this podium. I had an amazing fight with Toprak on track and really enjoyed this race. Even though I think I could have ended up further to the front, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm really proud to be on the podium here. And it's I think Indonesia and Lombok did a fantastic job to build this circuit, and we've seen today the tarmac is fantastic. In the wet condition we can have some awesome battles, and even in the dry. So massive thank you to everybody who worked on this circuit, and I cannot wait to come back next year.
Congratulations, Mikey.
Michael van der Mark upholding the honour of BMW alongside Tom Sykes over the course of this 2021 season. Sykes with a couple of podiums. As I said, that's a third of this campaign for Michael van der Mark, and it moves BMW as a manufacturer onto a nice round total of 50 at the end of 2021.
Yeah, special day for Michael van der Mark, and I think on Thursday and Friday he wouldn't have believed he'd be on the podium here after how sick he was. So a really good comeback from him this weekend. You can see Gio on the left hand side, crew chief there for Scott Redding. And that brings an end to their 3-year stint together, and a lot of success from them, winning a BSB championship and then races in World SBK as well, challenging for a championship last year, taking it right down to the last round as well against Jonathan Ray.
Well, aside from Chaz Davies, who retires from the Superbike World Championship at the end of race 2 here today, it's new projects that will begin for 2022, and something very different to look ahead to for Scott Redding next season. It was second place for him here today. Couldn't quite live with Jonathan Ray on the final lap. Let's see what he has to say about that close-fought last lap battle.
Scott, 2 years at Ducati, and here on the podium, 2 years with the Aruba team, with another fantastic battle out there.
Yeah, I didn't do as good as Chaz when he left. He took the win. But I did my best. None of us have done any wet weather riding this weekend. So it was just kind of everyone for themselves go out, and you see it in the beginning of the race, swapping and changing, and me and Johnny got the rhythm. I felt strong, then he come past me, I was like, not possible. And then I was behind him, I was faster. I think you get a lot of judgment when someone's in front of you. So I tried at the end, Johnny made a small mistake, attack, I pushed. He passed me quite hard on the brakes, it was a bit aggressive, last race, whatever, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. That's okay, let's try it back for the last corner, and I was lock in front. But it's been an amazing season. I want to thank all the Aruba IT racing team. They've done me really proud for 2 years. Yeah, a bit emotional, but this is part of the racing. I'll still be great friends with all of them, and thanks for everyone that supported me this year. Thank you.
Final words from Scott Redding, as you suspected at the time that the touch through turn 10 on that final lap. Redding not too delighted the manner in which Jonathan Ray forced his way through, but Ray was not going to be denied. If he's going to bow out as world champion, he's going to do it in style.
Yeah, this is what happened a couple of laps from home when Scott Redding was able to get through on Jonathan Ray. It wasn't a misgear, it looks like. It looks like Ray just running wide onto that white paint, having to shut off the gas. Scott was able to come through, and then it was down towards turn 10 that we saw Jonathan Ray make that move. It was a tight move down into there. It was one of those ones that certainly you thought Jonathan was going to try and push it down the inside, but you're relying on Scott Redding to stand it up through there to avoid contact between them. Scott tried to come back down the inside into the penultimate corner, wasn't quite able to do it, but leaves Ducati with another podium, and like he says, just came up one short.
Jonathan Ray then takes a 30th podium of this 2021 campaign, and it's the 112th victory of his career.
Johnny, you changed your number on the front of your bike, but that was certainly the number one. Fantastic double year today.
Yeah, super happy. Thanks to my team, they made all the right decisions from our tough FP1. We got the bike in a really good area, and to come here, win in the dry, win in the wet, and in front of the amazing fans. Massive thanks to the fans that stayed around in the wet weather. It was so nice to get a race, albeit it was very wet, but yeah. Super happy with our effort this year. I rode with a lot of heart. I did my best, no regrets, and congratulations again to Toprak and Yamaha, and look forward to the battle again in 2020.
Congratulations, Johnny.
Cheers.
2 podiums out of 2 then, and both feature-length race victories in one day, so Jonathan Ray has been made to work hard for it, but over 12 laps, well, that was the crucial move.
Yeah, there's the move into turn 10, and then just able to hold off Scott Redding to the line, and certainly for Jonathan Ray able to end the season with a double win, and a little bit like old school superbikes, 2 feature-length races on the Sunday.
And just to go back to that move, Redding already committed to the corner by the time Jonathan Ray appeared.
Yeah, and obviously for Jonathan and for Scott, Scott knows that there's going to be an attack coming from Jonathan Ray. He's been at this game for long enough against Ray and Razgadioglu, and Jonathan's always going to try and force a move there. And for Scott, he'd live to fight another day, but wasn't quite able to try and get down the inside into that last corner.